Good morning to all. Our topic is analysis of NPA among Indian consumer banks using two-way ANOVA. As for FSR, the residual pay sector remained very high due to continuous decline in asset quality, low profitability, and liquidity. As for RBI, NPA was defined as a credit facility in respect of which the interest and or installment of principal has been past due for a specified period of time, that is 2 quarters. As per RBI, the gross NPA is the total of substandard assets, doubtful assets, and loss assets, and net NPA. Net NPA is difference between gross NPA and provisions for NPA. Here, now, immediate reasons for growth of magnitude of NPAs are like global recession, low domestic growth, cancellation of gold loans, etc. We have 4 research objectives. First one is to analyze the trends of different categories of NPA of Indian consumer banks during the period of study. Second one is to know the consistency of PSBs in India on the basis of different categories of NPA. Third one is to find the trends of gross NPA, provisions for NPA and net NPA of SBI and PNB. And fourth one is the most important, that is to discover that there is considerable difference in mean variation of NPA of the selected banks and the periods of study.
Coming back to research methodology part, we have selected top 2 banks of public sector, Indian public sector bank, and the study relates to descriptive research design. We have gathered secondary data from annual reports of SBI, PAB, and RBI and Indian Bank Association. And this present paper varies statistical tools, like we have used time series graph, diagram, average, standard deviation, coefficient aberration, two-way ANOVA without replication we have used. The period for study is 2014 to 18, and we have used factorial design research, and dependent variable is NPA of the bank, of the selected bank, and the independent variable is type of bank and different years, and we have applied two-way ANOVA analysis. So this is the rising trend from 2015 onwards, category-wise NPA of Indian public sector banks. Next. So the main portion of this table is, that is the CV coefficient of variation, which measures the consistency. If CV is high, the consistency is very low. So bold part shows highest variation, less consistency in the year 2014, 17, and in among the categories of NPA, loss assets, highest variation, it means less consistency in loss assets. Again, rising trend of NPA of SBI, gross, this is showing the gross NPA of SBI. Next, same with the PNB. If we compare gross NPA of 2 banks, SBI and PNB, both are showing the rising trend, but there is magnitude difference is very high. Now next, come to the last portion, source of variation, banks year-wise. At 5% significance level, p-value is 3%. It means there is significant difference in the mean variation of the selected bank year-wise and bank-wise. And p-value is 7%. It means no significant difference. So obviously there is a considerable difference, but in this case we have to focus bank-wise. So among the conclusion, the particular bank should target those borrowers which increase the magnitude of cross year. As in the inaugural session of this technical session said that willful defaulters from bank side also and from the borrower also. So we have to focus more on that, because we have taken gross NPA and gross NPA of both the banks are highlighted. So we have to target big borrowers, and bank should improve the quality of loans by minimizing the asymmetric information about big borrowers. RBI should also frame strict rules and regulations for the willful defaulters. New guidelines should also be related to the credit risk management should be implemented by the particular bank quickly and effectively. And the last, efficiency in credit risk management by the particular bank should be improved on urgent basis to avoid the turmoil in the bank sector. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah.